Lesson 1. Nice to meet you. Introduction.
Hello, students. My name is Molly Stone. Molly Stone. My name is Molly Stone. This is my first name. This is my last name. Now, here's a question. What is your name? What is your name? My name is Molly Stone. My name is Molly Stone. Okay, let's practice. What is your name?
My name is Lisa Roberts.
What is your name?
My name is Ali Aksoy.
What is your name?
My name is Marie Pierre.
Okay, now, this is my first name. New question. What is your first name? What is your first name? New answer. My first name is Molly. My first name is Molly. Okay, let's practice. What is your first name?
My first name is Lisa.
What is your first name?
My first name is Ali.
What is your first name?
My first name is Marie.
Okay, now, this is my last name. New question. What is your last name? What is your last name? My last name is Stone. My last name is Stone. Okay. What is your last name?
My last name is Roberts.
What is your last name?
My last name is Aksoy.
What is your last name?
My last name is Pierre.
Introduction. Possession.
Okay, now we're going to talk about possession. All right. My. Your. His. Her. Its. Our. Your. Their. My. Your. His. Her. Its. Our. Your. Their. Now, these are singular, equals 1. These are plural, equals 2 plus. Okay? Now, some examples. My name. Your name. His name. Her name. Its name. Our name. Your name. Their name. Now, look and listen.
Look and listen.
My name is Molly Stone. My first name is Molly. My last name is Stone. Your name is Ali Aksoy. Your first name is Ali. Your last name is Aksoy. Her name is Julia Roberts. Her first name is Julia. Her last name is Roberts. His name is Tom Cruise. His first name is Tom. His last name is Cruz. Its name is Dolly. Her name is Peggy Stone. Her first name is Peggy. Her last name is Stone. Our last name is Stone.
Read and repeat.
Now, students, here's the question. What is name? What is name? Name is name is Now, let's practice with some photos. Now, Marie, what is her name?
Her name is Madonna.
Yes. Ali, what is his name?
His name is Antonio Banderas.
Now, Ali, what is his first name?
His first name is Antonio.
And Ali, what is his last name?
His last name is Banderas.
Yes, very good. Now, Lisa, what is his first name?
His first name is Sean.
And Lisa, what is his first name?
It is Chris.
What is their last name?
Their last name is Penn.
Yes. Now, Marie, what is her name?
Her name is Peggy.
What is our last name?
Your last name is Stone.
Now, Ali, what is its name?
Its name is Dolly.
Yes. Lisa, what is my name?
Your name is Molly Stone.
What is my first name?
Molly
And what is my last name?
Stone.
Very good. Very good, students.
Names.
Now, we're going to talk about status and names. We have single and married. Single, there's single, beautiful, and married. Oh, we have the wife and the husband. Okay, so for formal names we have, for men, Mr. Stone, single, Mr. Stone, married. For women, we have single, Ms. Stone, married, Ms. Stone. Also for women, single, Miss Stone, and married, Mrs. Stone. Now here are some examples. Ms. Marie Pierre. Mr. Ali Aksoy. And Ms. Molly Stone. Ms. Marie Pierre, Mr. Ali Aksoy, Ms. Molly Stone. Now here are some examples of photos. Mr. Tom Cruise, Mrs. Hillary Clinton, and Miss Piggy. Now, my formal name is Ms. Molly Stone. Ali, what is your formal name?
Mr. Ali Aksoy.
Lisa?
Miss Lisa Roberts.
And Marie?
Miss Marie Pierre.
Very good. Ms. Pierre, Mr. Aksoy, Ms. Roberts.
Alphabet.
Now, we're going to learn the alphabet in English. Look, watch, listen. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. In America, Z. Okay, now let's say it together. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now, let's talk about different kinds of letters. A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y are vowels. Okay? Again, A, E, I, O, U, Y. Now, listen and practice. Lisa, what's this?
A.
Marie, what's this?
I.
Ali, what's this?
U.
Marie, what's this?
O.
And Lisa, what's this?
Y.
Good. Now, A, E, I, O, U, Y. These are the vowels. Now we're going to talk about consonants. Okay, these are the consonants. C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Z. These are the consonants. Now, let's practice. Lisa, what's this?
C.
Ali, what's this?
S.
Mari, what's this?
J.
Lisa, what's this?
C.
Ali, what's this?
X.
Mari, what's this?
S.
Lisa, what's this?
V.
Ali, what's this?
Y.
Mari, what's this?
G.
Lisa, what's this?
J.
And Ali, what's this?
Z.
All right. Okay, one more time. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now, I want you to listen and write these letters. Listen and write.
Listen and write.
Group 1. A, J, K. Group 2. B, C, D, E, G, P, T, V, Z. Group 3. F, L, M, N, S, X. Group 4. I, Y. Group 5. Q, U, W. Group 6. H, O, R, Z. Now, listen and check your work. Group 1. A, J, K. Group 2. B, C, D, E, G, P, T, V, Z. Group 3. F, L, M, N, S, X. Group 4. I, Y. Group 5. Q, U, W. Group 6. H, O, R, Z. Okay. In English, there are capital letters. Capital letters and small letters. These are also called uppercase and lowercase. Okay? These are capital letters, small letters. Names begin with capital letters. The other letters are small. Molly Stone. Capital letter, capital M, small o, small l, small y. Capital S, small t, small o, small n, small e. Okay? Capital letters are only here.
Introduction. Spelling.
Now, let's practice spelling names. This is what we say. Please spell your name. Please spell your name. Capital M O L L Y. Capital S T O N E. Please spell your name. Now, let's practice. What is your name?
My name is Ali Aksoy.
Spell your name.
Capital A, L, I, capital A, K, S, O, Y.
Thank you. What is your first name?
My first name is Lisa.
Spell your name.
Capital L I S A.
What is your last name?
My last name is Roberts.
Spell your last name.
Capital R O B E R T S.
Thank you. Very good.
Introduction to be.
Okay, now let's work on the verb be. Be. Now, we're going to talk about the basic, the short, an example, and another example. Okay, now, first, I am. I am. Short, I'm. I am. I'm. Example, I am Molly. I am Molly. Short, I'm Molly. I'm Molly. I am Molly. I'm Molly. Okay? Second one. You are. You are. Short, you're. You are. Short, you're. Example, you are Ali. You are Ali. Short, you're Ali. You are Ali. You are. You're. You are Ali. You are Ali. Next. He. He. He is. He is. Short. He's. He's. He is. He's. He is Tom. He is Tom. Short. He's Tom. He's Tom. Next. She. She is. She is. Short. She's. She's. She is Mari. She's Marie. Next. It is. It is. Short. It's. It is Dolly. It is Dolly. Short. It's Dolly. Next. We. We are. We are. Short. We're. We are. We're. We are students. We are students. Short. We're students. We are. We're. We are students. We're students. You are. You are. Short. You're. You are students. You are students. Short. You're students. You are. You're. You are students. You're students. Last one. They. They are. They are. Short. They're. They're. They are students. They are students. Short. They're students. Okay, now students, let's look at all of the examples. Now, I am. I'm. I am Molly. I'm Molly. You are. You're. You are Ali. You're Ali. He is. He's. He is Tom. He's Tom. She is. She's. She is Marie. She's Marie. It is. It's. It is Dolly. It's Dolly. We are. We're. We are students. We're students. You are. You're. You are students. You're students. They are. They're. They are students. They're students. Now, we're going to practice. Look at these sentences and choose the correct verb in two ways. You Lisa, two ways.
You are Lisa.
Okay. And?
You're Lisa.
Good. Okay, next. Okay, Ali, two ways.
He is Ali. He's Ali.
Next. Okay, Marie.
We are students.
Okay. Lisa.
They are students.
Second one.
They are students.
Okay. Ali.
I am Mary.
And
I'm Mary.
Lisa.
It is Dolly. It's Dolly.
Okay, very good, students. Now, let's look at these again. You are Lisa. You are Lisa. He is Ali. He's Ali. We are students. We're students. They are students. They're students. I am Marie. I'm Marie. She is Molly. She's Molly. It is Dolly. It's Dolly.
Look and listen.
Now, let's look and listen. I'm Molly. She's Lisa. He's Ali. We are teachers. They are assistants.
Read and repeat.
Thin, pointed piece of metal which you force into a piece of wood with a hammer to fasten the wood to something else. A saw. A saw. A saw is a tool with a row of V-shaped pieces used for cutting wood. A screwdriver. A screwdriver. A screwdriver is a tool with a narrow blade at one end that you use for turning screws. And what's a screw? A screw is a thin, pointed piece of metal that you push and turn to fasten pieces of wood or metal together. Pliers. Pliers. Well, this is a tool, a small tool, made of two crossed pieces of metal used to hold small things or to bend and cut wire. And finally, a tape measure. A tape measure. A tape measure is a long, narrow band of cloth or steel marked with inches and feet or centimeters. It's used for measuring something. Well, let's repeat these again. A carpenter, an electrician, a plumber. A faucet, a leaky faucet. A drain, an outlet, and a board. Over here we have a sawhorse, a hammer and a nail, a saw, a screwdriver and a screw, pliers, and finally a tape measure.
And.
Let's begin our lesson with a review of and. Have a look at these sentences, please. The electrician had a pair of pliers and a screwdriver in his tool belt. The sink had a leaky faucet, a leaky drain, and a leaky basin. The screws and nails were in the toolbox. The plumber and the carpenter were working at the Grant residence. Well, and is used to connect two or more nouns. In sentences 1 and 2, and is used to connect two objects. And in sentences 3 and 4, and is used to connect two subjects. And is also used to connect two clauses, as in these examples here. The electrician was working late and he was hungry. It was raining hard and the carpenters weren't able to work. Well, in these two sentences, and is used to connect two independent clauses. Both clauses have a subject and a verb and could be sentences on their own. Now, usually a comma precedes the conjunction. Let's practice. Rosa, would you like to be a plumber?
No, plumbers are always dirty and smelly.
Very good. And Monica, would you like to be an electrician?
It might be fun. I can do some dangerous things and I can make good money.
Okay, very good. And Lewis, would you like to be a carpenter?
My grandfather was a carpenter. He was always happy and he always whistled while he worked. I think I'd like to be a carpenter.
Very good. Now it's time for you to look and listen.
Look and listen.
The nails were old and rusty. The sawhorses and the saws were stolen from the worksite. Caleb loves to use a saw and he loves to work with wood. The plumber unclogged the drain and he didn't charge Mrs. Frank anything.
Read and repeat. But.
Now let's do a quick review of but. Have a look. The nails were old, but the screws were new. The weather was hot, but the plumber was cool in the air-conditioned house. Greg is a hard-working carpenter, but Dave is a lazy one. This hammer is broken, but that one is okay. But gives the idea that this is the opposite of that. A comma usually comes before but, and often the verb phrase following but can be shortened, as in these examples. The carpenter likes to work on Sundays, but the plumber doesn't like to work on Sundays. We can shorten the second phrase into the carpenter likes to work on Sundays, but the plumber doesn't. Now we can use but with still and anyway, as in these examples. It was early, but the electrician worked anyway. I was tired, but I still carried the sawhorses. Let's practice. Let's use but in our sentences. Why is being a plumber a good job, Lewis?
They make a lot of money, but they're always working.
That's true. And why is an electrician's job good, Monica?
They had to work in dangerous places sometimes, but it's a very interesting job.
Good. And what about carpenters, Rosa?
Their work is very slow, but it's very rewarding when they finish.
You're right. Thank you. And now you can look, but you can also listen.
Look and listen.
The carpenter was happy, but he was also very tired. Mary is an honest plumber, but her secretary is dishonest. An electric screwdriver is costly, but time-saving. The sawhorses were old, but they were needed.
Read and repeat. so.
Let's quickly review so. Take a look at these sentences. The electrician was ill, so he went home. The screws were rusty, so Ed threw them away. So can be used to connect two independent clauses, and so means therefore or as a result. Let's practice. Look at the picture. Lewis, why is the carpenter happy?
He has finished making the bell, so he's happy.
Okay, great. Monica, why is the plumber frustrated?
He keeps dripping his pliers, so he's frustrated.
You're right. And Rosa, why is the electrician angry?
He got a shock, so he is angry.
Very good. Thank you, everyone. Now you need to practice so you can look and listen.
Look and listen.
The sawhorses were old, so we left them at the building site. The plumber was working on the sink, so the children were sent to the babysitter. The carpenter cut his finger, so he had to go to the hospital. We were out of nails, so we sent Jeff to the hardware store.
Read and repeat. Transition words.
And now we're going to learn some new connectors or transition words. Let's start with connectors of contrast, concession. Connectors of contrast, concession. Here are some examples. Although Paul is a good carpenter, he is always losing his tools. Paul is a good carpenter, however, he is always losing his tools. Paul is a good carpenter, however, he's always losing his tools. Paul is a good carpenter, nevertheless, he is always losing his tools. Although, however, and nevertheless are connectors of contrast. They have the same meaning as but, which we have already studied and reviewed. Although can begin a sentence or come in the middle. When it begins a sentence, a comma is used after the clause. However and nevertheless usually begin a second sentence. They are followed by a comma. Both clauses can be in the same sentence, as in sentence number 3 of the examples. When this happens, the first clause ends with a semicolon. So we have Paul is a good carpenter, semicolon, however, comma, etc. When we have however in the same sentence, it must be a semicolon, however, comma. Okay, let's practice. Lewis, do you think Monica would be a good electrician?
No, I don't think so. She's a good person, however, I think she's afraid of heights. Electricians must go to some very high places.
Very good. Rosa, do you think Lewis would make a good carpenter?
I'm not sure. Although he is good with his hands, I don't know if he has the patience to be a carpenter.
Thanks a lot.
Good. And Monica, do you think Rosa would make a good plumber?
I don't believe so. She's a great girl. However, I don't think she likes to be dirty.
You're probably right. Okay, that was good. Thank you very much, everyone. However, now it's time to look and listen.
Look and listen.
Although the desk was finished, the carpenter wasn't satisfied. The electrical problem was on the 5th floor. However, the usually nervous electrician wasn't worried. The nails were very rusty. However, the carpenters still used them. Although the saw had a used blade, Larry still brought it to the job.
Read and repeat.
And now let's look at connectors of reason and result. Connectors of reason, result. Here are some example sentences for you. Many carpenters have become more efficient since electric screwdrivers were invented. Many electrical tools were invented, therefore carpenters became more efficient. Many electrical tools were invented. As a result, carpenters became more efficient. Since is a connector of reason, and it has the same meaning as because. Since, same meaning as because. It may be placed at the beginning or the end of a sentence, and when it begins a sentence, a comma is usually placed after the first clause. Now, therefore, and as a result, therefore, and as a result, are connectors of result. Connectors of result. Connectors of result. Result means that if one thing happens, another thing will follow, another thing will happen after that. They normally begin a sentence and are followed by a comma. So, for example, when it rains, or if it rains, you'll get wet. That's a result. Rain and then wet. Wet is the result of rain. Let's practice. Rosa, do you think you would be a good plumber?
Since I'm not good with tools, I don't think so. I'm always dropping things.
I know. And Lewis, do you think you would be a good carpenter?
I'm not impatient and I'm good with my hands. Therefore, I would be a wonderful carpenter.
I'm not sure about that. Monica, do you think you'd make a good electrician?
I hate getting shocks, and as a result, I think I will be a very timid electrician.
Great. Thank you all. And now, since you are still learning, it's a good idea to look and listen.
Look and listen.
Since the electrician forgot his tools, he went home. I hate getting slivers. Therefore, I wouldn't make a good carpenter. There was a big fire at the workplace. As a result, the plumbers couldn't connect the pipes. The plumber broke his right hand. As a result, he could only work with his left hand.
Read and repeat.
And now let's look at a connector of purpose. Connector of purpose. Here are some examples for you. Many plumbers wear a tool belt so that they don't have to go to their truck all the time. We brought 2 hammers so that we could both work at the same time. A so that, which we quickly studied in lesson 14, is a connector used with the purpose of an action. It's like it answers the question, why did or why do you do something? In the second sentence, why did we bring 2 hammers? We brought 2 hammers so that we could both work at the same time. It's usually placed in the middle of a sentence, and often it's used with can or could. So that, and, can or could. Often with can or could. No comma is necessary with this connector. And let's practice this one. Okay, Monica, did you used to watch carpenters when you were young?
Yes, I did. I watched them so that I could help my father when he was working around the house.
Very good. And Lewis, do you watch plumbers now?
Not usually. My brother likes to watch them so that he can fix the leaky faucets in our house.
Great. And Rosa, do you like to watch electricians?
No, my father likes to watch them so that he can make sure they are doing a good job. They are building a new kitchen at my parents' house.
Very good. Now you can look and listen so that you can practice.
Look and listen.
The plumbers left early so that they could beat the traffic to the work site. Manny bought a new saw so that he could cut the boards easily. The screws were put in the truck so that they could be brought to the work site. The electrician left late so that he could meet his boss for a drink.
Read and repeat.
And now let's look at connectors of sequence. Connectors of sequence. Please have a look. John bought some nails. Afterwards, he rented a circular saw. Tim finished the desk. After that, he started to work on the sofa. Sue installed the sink. Then she connected the pipes. Fred rented a ladder. Next, he bought some nails and screws. After, then, and next are all connectors of sequence. We use them when one event follows another. They usually begin the second sentence and a comma is used after the connector. Let's practice. This should be easy for you because we've already studied adverbs of sequence. Rosa, do you help your father when he does carpentry work?
A little bit. I watch him until he is finished. After that, I help him clean up.
Great. Monica, do you help your father when he does electrical work?
He doesn't do it. The electricians do it. And he watches them. Then he gets angry when they do a bad job.
Oh, I'm sorry. Lewis, do you watch your father do plumbing work?
I watch him. Afterwards, I tell him what he did wrong.
You're always a funny man, Lewis. Okay, thank you. First we reviewed, and then we studied connectors, and now we're going to look and listen.
Look and listen.
The man went to the building site. Then he spoke with the carpenters. Bob built a new chair. Afterwards, he left his mess for his wife to clean. Kevin bought some new boards. Next, he bought some nails. The electrician finished installing the outlet. Then he plugged the lamp in.
Read and repeat.
Right, well now let's look at connectors for events happening at the same time. Connectors, events happening at the same time. Here are some examples for you. The carpenter was relaxing, meanwhile the plumber was working hard. Betty was cleaning the house. At the same time, her husband was fixing the clogged drain. Meanwhile, and at the same time, are connectors which have the same meaning as while. Two things happening together at the same time. They are followed by a comma. Meanwhile, comma, at the same time, comma. Let's practice. Lewis, what does a carpenter's helper do while a carpenter is working?
The carpenter may be building a chair. Meanwhile, the carpenter's helper may be handing him nails.
Very good, Lewis. Rosa, what does an electrician's helper do while the electrician is working?
The electrician might be putting in an outlet. At the same time, the helper might be cutting the wire.
Excellent. Monica, what does a plumber's helper do while the plumber is working?
The plumber may be working in the shower. Meanwhile, his helper might be cleaning pipes.
Great. Thank you very much, everyone. And now you will be looking. Meanwhile, you will be listening.
Look and listen.
Rita was painting the boards. Meanwhile, her husband was sharpening his saw. One carpenter was working on the roof. At the same time, the other one was working in the basement. Hank was using a hammer. Meanwhile, Joe was using a screwdriver. Lyle was cutting boards. At the same time, the electrician was cutting wire.
Read and repeat.
And now let's look at one more type of transition words. Transition words. These are transition words which give examples. Examples. Here are some sentences for you to look at. Joe is a good carpenter. For example, his furniture always lasts a long time. Tom is a bad carpenter. For example, his furniture always falls apart. For example, and for instance, are used to support the first sentence. They give us more information about the first sentence. In the first example sentence here, we said Joe is a good carpenter. The second sentence tells us how he is a good carpenter. His furniture always lasts a long time. And they are used to begin the second sentence and they always are followed with a comma. Let's practice these now. Do you know any rich carpenters, Monica?
I have a friend called Olaf. He's a very rich carpenter. And, for example, he has 11 men working for him.
Wow, he must be rich.
Yeah.
And Lewis, do you know any rich electricians?
The only electrician I know is poor. For instance, he rides a bicycle to work.
He must be poor, or maybe he just likes keeping fit. And Rosa, do you know any rich plumbers?
Yeah, my father's friend Pedro is a rich plumber. For example, he buys new tools every year.
Good for him. I'm glad that someone is rich. Thank you very much, everyone. Now it's time to practice. For example, you can look and listen.
Look and listen.
Lee is an angry electrician. For example, he's always throwing his tools. Mary is an apprentice electrician. For instance, she can't install an outlet. We can't use these nails. For example, they are all rusty. We won't repair this house. For example, it's a fire trap.
Read and repeat. Review.
And now it's time for some exercises. Let's do a quick exercise using and. I want each of you to give me a sentence about plumbers using and. Okay? Rosa.